In the heart of 19th century India, where the shadows of Mughal palaces sprawled across vast expanses, and where the rhythmic beats of the tabla echoed through meandering alleyways, there lived a man whose presence was as indomitable as the verses he penned. This was none other than Mirza Ghalib, an epitome of eloquence and erudition. His poetry wasn't just a mere assembly of words, it was a reflection of the era, infused with profound insights and a touch of rebellion. While the grandeur of the Mughal dynasty painted the backdrop of his life, Ghalib's spirit was like the free-flowing Yamuna River, impossible to contain within societal norms. One evening, as Ghalib was engrossed in crafting yet another verse, a golden envelope embossed with intricate designs was delivered to his abode. It was an invitation from the most majestic of them all, Bahadur Shah, the Mughal emperor, whose reign symbolized the last glimmer of a fading era, was commemorating the anniversary of his ascension. The celebrations promised to be an unparalleled spectacle, bringing together the crème de la crème of the empire. The news of this invitation soon became the talk of the town. Close confidants and fellow poets gathered at Ghalib's modest dwelling, eager to discuss the impending gala. But amidst the eager chatter, one point of contention arose. It was Ghalib's choice of attire. "You must understand, Mirza," began one of his friends. "This isn't just any gathering. It's a symposium of royalty, of affluence, of stature. One must look the part." Ghalib's clothes, albeit clean, were signs of a life immersed in thought rather than material luxury. They bore the marks of countless days spent pondering under the sun, of nights immersed in the luminance of the moon and stars. His friends, well-meaning as they were, believed that this attire wouldn't stand up to the imperial standards. However, Ghalib, ever the iconoclast, responded with a gleam in his eye, "Should I cloak myself in borrowed grandeur? Won't I merely be a poem dressed in someone else's verses?" Yet his friends, persistent in their concern, arranged for a set of regal garments, hoping he'd reconsider. The fateful day arrived, and with his usual air of nonchalance, Ghalib, dressed in his everyday clothes, approached the opulent palace gates. The doorkeeper, trained to discern the elite from the common, examined Ghalib with suspicion. His humble attire and well-worn shoes seemed incongruous with the gilt-edged invitation he presented. Convinced that the invitation had been pilfered, the doorkeeper dismissed Ghalib with a contemptuous sneer, suggesting he might have better luck at the city's marketplaces. Dejected but not defeated, Ghalib retreated. He recalled the lavish outfit his friends had procured. Swallowing the bitter pill of societal prejudice, he adorned himself in the ornate garments. When he returned to the palace, the doorkeeper, unable to recognize the poet from his earlier visit, bowed deeply, ushering him inside with reverence. Inside, the palace was a riot of colors. Dancers swayed to hypnotic melodies, while courtesans regaled attendees with tales from far-off lands. The aroma of the finest kebabs and biryanis wafted through the air. And yet, amidst this sensory overload, Ghalibs' behavior began to draw attention. He delicately spooned rich gravies onto the silken folds of his robe and offered sumptuous morsels to his bejeweled shoes. The courtiers whispered amongst themselves, trying to decipher this peculiar act. Bahadur Shah, intrigued and slightly bemused, summoned Ghalib to his side. "What inspires this unique ritual?" he inquired. With the eloquence he was renowned for, Ghalib replied, "Your Majesty, it was these garments that gained me entry, not the man beneath them. So, isn't it only fair they enjoy the feast?" A hushed silence enveloped the hall. Ghalib's statement wasn't just a witty retort. It was a profound reflection on society's superficialities. His actions illuminated the stark difference between one's intrinsic worth and the value imposed by materialistic yardsticks. The emperor, understanding the depth of Ghalib's gesture, nodded appreciatively. The evening's celebrations continued, but Ghalib's act became the most whispered about event of the night. This tale, echoing through the annals of history, encapsulates Ghalib's tenacious character. He was a man unwilling to be judged by mere appearances, emphasizing instead the significance of integrity and authenticity. Today, as we traverse a world increasingly obsessed with externalities, Ghalib's story serves as a resonant reminder. It urges us to seek beyond the visible, to value essence over facade, and to remember that the true measure of worth lies not in possessions, but in unwavering principles.